All right, PK, we asked some of our fans to tweet in or Facebook in some questions for you, so I'm going to get started.
All right.
The first one's from Kevin. He wants to know, who's been your most influential person in your life, either on or off the ice?
Good question, Kevin. Well, I probably have to say that it would be two people, actually. It'd be my parents. I think that without their continued support throughout my life, whether it's ups and downs and whether it's being cut from hockey teams or driving me to practice at 5 a.m., they've always been there. And I know that's a cliche thing to say about, with athletes, especially successful athletes, have all had the support of someone, and the majority of them, it's been their parents. So I'd probably say that they've been the most influential in my life.
Not cliche. I think it's very nice.
Great.
Hopefully they're watching and they'll say thank you later.
Good question, though, Kevin.
You won't have to do the dishes when you go back home. All right, this one's from William. What is the most important lesson or advice that your parents have given to you?
I think just my dad, my parents both have a saying, be who you are because everybody else is taken. And I think that they've always been people to, give me the advice in terms of just being myself. And, being yourself is just a matter of knowing what you believe in and what you want to achieve and going after that. So I think that, that's definitely the best piece of advice I've ever been given.
I like it. Let's quote it. Be yourself because
everybody else is taken.
That's good. All right, also from Twitter, Stevens asked, who is the toughest player and team to play against?
Wow. Toughest team to play against. You know what, it changes every year because usually there's always that one team that maybe is supposed to be doing really, really, really well, but they're not doing well. So even though that they're probably, like Philly last year, you look at their team that is a really good hockey club, but just wasn't really high in the standings. So they were always tough to play because we knew that they were capable of beating the top teams, but they're at the bottom. So I'd probably say Philly.
Okay, and player?
Toughest player to play against.
You have to pick one individual?
Martin St. Louis. He's highly skilled. He's probably one of the quickest guys in the league, and he has the experience. And I think the toughest thing about Marty is that he just never stops working. So, with players in the league, usually you can kind of get under a player's skin or distract them, and usually by the third period, maybe he doesn't even want to be on the ice. But Marty goes from the drop of the puck in the first to the buzzer at the end of the game, and that's what makes him such a tough player to play against. You
want to give a shout out to B. Galley for practice? He's the toughest forward to play against when you're on ice in Brossard?
Yeah, you know what? I admire how hard he works, and I love Galley in practice. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get into a couple battles next year for sure.
He's working on getting bigger,
Yeah, don't worry. He'll be ready. He'll be ready to go.
Another question from our followers. 2 of your younger brothers have a promising future in the NHL. Malcolm, a goalie, was a first-round draft pick by the Bruins in 2012, and Jordan, a defenseman, was a 4th-round pick by the Canucks in this year's draft. Maybe all 3 of you will play in the NHL at one point, and our Twitter followers want to know, if you go up against your brothers, how will that be?
Well, I think that the biggest challenge is not so much for the brothers, it's for the parents. Who do they choose for? It's crazy. I was thinking about getting my dad a jersey that had half Habs, half Bruins on it, but I don't know what I'm going to do now with all 3 teams in the mix. So the toughest thing I think would be on my parents for who they cheer for. But when it comes to my brothers, obviously, I love my brothers, but the game is played on the ice. So if I got to light up Malcolm in Game 7 and go over his shoulder, I will.
All right, last question. What music do you listen to before a game? That's from Courtney.
Great question, Courtney. Great question.
Pump up music.
I listen to a lot of different music. I think that a lot of people see me with my headphones on, so I get that question a lot. It all depends. I mean, there's different flavors of the month, but every day I feel a little bit different. I'm not one of those players that has like a standard playlist or standard type of music that they listen to. It's kind of like how I feel that day, and so some days I might be too jacked up for a game, so I listen to something a little bit more mellow, or there's other games where I need to get a little bit more fired up, and I'll listen to some heavy hip-hop or rap or whatever, or techno music. So it's kind of whatever the flavor is at that time.
So Justin Bieber, Courtney.
Justin Bieber, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I got some Biebs on there. I'll bump to some Biebs before a game.
Perfect.
Yeah, great.
Excellent.
Thanks, guys.